Speaking of Dart.
So, speaking of Dart, because somebody says, isn't Ole Miss going to need a quarterback? No, they've got Austin Simmons. They believe in him. Mm-hmm. But, hey, that's friend Ben Garrett of the Ole Miss Spirit. Put out there that there are rumblings that Jaxson Dart's considering a return.
Rumblings, you say?
To Ole Miss.
That's gimmick info.
There's been some reporting that he's applied for a waiver for a 5th year. On what grounds, I'm not totally sure, because he's played in more than 4 games in 4 seasons, and while the NCAA is probably going to change it to everybody just gets 5 years, that has not happened yet, so I don't know what grounds the waiver has been on, but that caused a ruckus. Is Jaxson Dart going to return? A lot of people reacted to that positively, and you had some that were like, you know what, don't want to lose Austin Simmons. I'm ready for the Austin Simmons era. All I can tell you is what I know right now, or what I think I know right now. And it's that right now, what I have heard is that the expectation is currently for him to participate in the Senior Bowl and go pro.
Yeah.
I have also heard that the waiver thing is it's real. But it's also not uncommon, unexpected, or unique that a lot of players do this to cover all of their bases. If they don't like their draft grades or something like that, they try to present themselves an avenue to stay in school if things aren't going the way that they hoped that they would.
Right.
That's what I know right now. The expectation, at least according to somebody that I talked to that would know this kind of thing, is that for him the expectation should still be at this moment for him to move on and enter his name in the draft. And that's what makes the most sense. I don't think him returning to school makes sense for him. Mm-hmm. It's a weak quarterback class. Beck is now out of the way. Ewers might be out of the way. You are healthy. Your last game out was a positive. It's a very, very weak quarterback class. There's a chance that, with a good Senior Bowl and a good pro day and a good combine, you're working yourself into the first round. And that's the kind of money that no NIL collective is going to pay you. Next year's quarterback class looks to be stronger. I don't know if you can really improve your position as much as the one that, if you believe Mel Kiper, which he could be wrong, but right. If you believe him, it's going to be hard to improve your position that he's presently in, and he's healthy.
Yeah. So we got a question there on the text line. It says, will we be happy if the Saints took Dart? This is one of those, you got to have some nuance, right? I wouldn't be happy if the Saints took Dart at the number 9, right? They got bigger needs.
Yeah, that would not be the spot. I would not be satisfied with the pick.
If they traded down, they picked up some picks in the deal, and then they got traded down into like the teens or the 20s, and they could get Dart there, that's fine. If you get Dart in the second round, I'm thrilled. I'm absolutely thrilled with it. That's fine. But where they sit right now in the first round, I would not want them to take Jaxson Dart. Yeah. But if you told me that the Saints take Jaxson Dart in the second round, I couldn't be happier.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you remember I was leading the Matt Corral to the Saints train a couple years ago.